Hey there, beautiful. Welcome back to Biz Sister. I'm Amber Chalice, and today I've got Daniela, the creator of Noharanda. She's actually a creator and publisher of, she publishes affirmation decks and, oracle card decks. And many people in the group has asked for me to teach more about this. And obviously I spend so much time making templates, I don't have time to actually publish real things. Like, here's templates. I got to go into another template, can't go and publish anything, which is why, I'm not as experienced in that realm. But we have an expert here who has done it before, who's actually published decks with big companies. She has experience in this realm. So what she's going to do is share her secrets for creating and publishing affirmation card decks with you. And then she's going to give you guys a chance to learn more from her in the future. So I'm really excited to have her here. Welcome, my love.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
I'm going to hand over the mic so she can actually share her slides and everything. If you guys have questions you want to have answered, you can comment below this video and tag her, or you can, comment and we'll try and answer them live at the end. She actually has a little secret tutorial she's going to be doing at the end, give you guys an option. So make sure you stay on live so that you can see what she's up to. And take it away, my friend.
Here we are. So, card deck creation. We're going to talk about card deck creation today. Welcome, first of all. Thank you so much for being here, for taking the time to listen to what I'm up to and to my suggestions and feedbacks and tips. I wanted to ask you, first of all, how many of you are coaches or teachers? Are you teaching something to your audience or to your clients? Are you some sort of wellness teacher? Just let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to know what are you up to and what's your profession. First of all, I believe that we are all teachers, and you will ask why. I think that all of us, we have something to share based on our life story. Even if you don't consider yourself as a teacher, you are in a way, and there is something that you would like to share with your friends or your audience. There must be something that is like part of the story, something that you learn in your life story that you would like to share. Something that lights you up, something like that you're passionate about. So what lights you up? What makes you like sparkle? Let me know in the comments and let's inspire each other. Like, I don't know if you, Amber, can tell me if you're already commenting.
Yeah, we've got a workshop presenter and therapist. We've got a bereavement coach. We've got a yoga and meditation teacher. We've got a wide variety of people showing up here live.
So something that is common to all of them is like sharing something. They're teaching something. Could be a therapist, could be a yoga teacher. They're sharing their knowledge with their clients. So once you have the answer to that question, you're in the right path to card creation. So you might ask me why I should create a card deck. A card deck is a really easy way to share your knowledge and your content in a really easy and fun way with your clients. And it's also a really good way to deepen your connection with them. This will help you also to take small action steps in the direction of their goals and dreams in a really easy and fun way. Your card also will inspire them daily, and when people are inspired, they also want to share with the world. So how can you connect the card deck with your business? You may ask me. Here there are some examples of cards connected with different kind of teachings. For example, some of you answered that you're yoga teachers. You can create yoga poses card. I just took a screenshot of a card from Amazon. It's like a bestseller. But this is just an example. You can have any kind of visual you like, can be any kind of yoga, can be yoga poses, can be yoga affirmation, can be anything related to yoga. If you're a therapist, some of you replied that we're a therapist, perfect. Could be, for example, depends of course on how what you're focusing on. If you're focusing on anxiety or depression, you will make different kind of card decks. Let's say you're focused on anxiety. This could be an example of kind of card deck that you can make. Of course, you're not going to make exactly this one, but you can make a card deck about anxiety tips, or how to unwind, how to relax. If you're a manifestation teacher, you can make an affirmation card deck. I'm just showing you this one, but also I made an affirmation card deck and it's a bestseller. So that's something that you could make as well if you're a manifestation teacher or a spiritual teacher. So I already asked you this question. I said that you're all sorts of professions, so teacher, therapist, so that's perfect. As you can see, there are so many possibilities on the kind of card deck you can make. Also, I wanted to share some objections that I heard in these few months that I was creating my course, and maybe you can relate to some of them. So for example, you could say, it's really fun to make card deck, yes, really nice, but I'm not a designer. How can I even find visuals and layouts that I can use? I don't know where to start. So I don't know where to start, and even just the thought of starting is like, oof, it brings me anxiety. I need those card deck again, anxiety card deck. If it's like you feel overwhelmed by the idea of even starting, or even if maybe you think that creating card decks is expensive and you want to deal with shipping and packing. Type yes if you can relate with any of these objections. Just let me know, Amber, if they're saying yes, no, not really.
People are saying yes in the comments. So we've got yes, yes. People totally agree. And I feel like I have those same concerns, because maybe that's why I create templates, because I think originally that would have been a huge dream of mine, is to have a published deck of cards. And I buy everybody's cards, buy them all. But I don't have my own, which means that, you know, I'm just like, well, there must be something that stops me from doing it. It must be impossible. It must be too hard. You know, not everyone's doing it. Otherwise, everyone would do it. And it must be hard. I just imagine it's harder than it could be, just to avoid having to like, oh, well, if I couldn't do it, then that's why I didn't do it. And I like that you're like, well, you know, that's not necessarily the case.
I totally can relate to what you said, because thanks to you, I made my journals and my coloring book, and my audience that is following this live will know, because they bought them and they love them. And thanks to you, Amber, I made them. At first I was like, I will never be able to do a journal. How do you even start? How to do like the layout stuff? So templates are like algorithm, really. This is why I decided to make a course where I'm offering templates, because it's so much easier. It's like it's one big step out of the way that from your creative process.
I totally understand that.
So tip yes if you can relate with this objection, and few of them say yes, right? First of all, on the question that you said, oh, I cannot create it, I'm not a designer, where do I even start? The layout, the visual is too much. You don't need to be a designer. To create a successful card deck, you don't have to be a designer or to be skilled, because in terms of illustration and stuff, because there are so many resources out there, including my illustration bundle, for example, wink wink. But yeah, there are so many resources as well that I will eventually offer in the course, or you can really find them everywhere. Where do you even start? The simple thought of starting is overwhelming. I was there with you guys a few years ago. I was like, I really want to create these information cards. So many people are asking me about them, but I don't know where to start. And first of all, I was more afraid of what if it doesn't work out. So I was really like, I even wanted to start because I didn't want to make mistakes. So I totally understand where you are. I can relate to where you are now. So this is why now I'm in the position to share my knowledge and to make your creative journey more easy and fun, hopefully. In my creative journey, it taught me a lot. As I told you, with all the mistakes I made, I did a lot of trial and error. I did also a lot of research. And now my affirmation card deck has been my bestseller since I launched it. And it's my bestseller product of all time. I recently even signed a contract with a renowned French publisher. This journey taught me that being afraid and doing it anyway opens your door to new opportunities. Just let me know, guys, if you can relate to this. Have you been afraid in the past and then you were brave enough to jump, and then at the end of the tunnel you were like, oh, this was so worth it. This teach me this lesson. And now I'm able to share. I'm able to even teach other people how not to be scared and how to be afraid of doing something.
Yes, that's me. I need that in my life. That reminder that doing something scary is okay, and we will get, you'll get past the fear and you'll actually accomplish something. And I like that you emphasize small steps that'll get you to that desired outcome, rather than thinking it has to be this huge epic task. Someone just said, yep, with my new book I just published. And someone also just commented, I love your mini ebook you give away, which is really fun, because I just saw you post that in the group and it's gorgeous.
Yes, in the ebook there are some little tips on how to start. Yeah, because I think, like as you said, Amber, the most scary part is to think about all the picture and everything you have to do. And it's really overwhelming, because it's like, wow, this massive thing to do, this massive to-do list. I could never reach the top of the mountain. But instead, if you think about step by step, everything becomes much easier. You're just focusing on the step that you're making today. And this is why I made my course in really small size bites classes and videos. So you don't feel like, oh my gosh, this is too much, like 20 minutes of video, like too many tasks to do. Every class is like 2 to 5 minutes of video, and every class is a worksheet for you to fill, or like an action step for you to make. Because I've been there, I've been overwhelmed. I don't want you to feel that, because it's not nice. Another objection can be, it's too expensive. Like, I don't want to do, yes, I want to do a card deck, but I'm happy to buy it from other people because I'm sure it's too expensive for me. Like I'm not ready to spend the money. I don't want to invest money on something that maybe will not work. If you have this objection, POD could be the solution for you. POD means print on demand. Basically, you just create the card deck, the files, and you just upload them in the website. There are so many websites out there where they can just you upload the file, and when the customer wants to buy a card deck from you, you just give them the link to the website. So basically, the only thing you have to do is just upload the files, and then the POD company will take care of everything else. Of course, if a card deck becomes successful, then maybe you can start to think about printing in a different way, or even propose it to a publisher company. And also on that, I'm gonna share in the course some form that you can fill for different kind of companies you want to propose your card deck to. But that's something that you can think about later. The objection is too expensive. Just think about it. You have this option, print on demand. Another option is pre-order. So basically, if you have a small or medium audience, you can just start. You can order just one card deck from a company. There are so many out there as a test, and you can have this card deck. You can share it in your stories. You can create so many amazing posts like pick a card and they will pick a card, reels, and you can just start promoting your card deck like this in your email list as well. In the course as well, have email list sequence for a launch of your product once it's ready. You can have a pre-order setup. Your customers or your audience can buy the card decks, and maybe when you have I don't know, 100 card decks or 50 card decks order, you have enough budget to order the deck. So you're not really taking money from your pocket. You're just taking the money from the clients and putting in the printing company. You're not investing anything aside your time to do the promotion, and that's an amazing, I think, option. I did it myself in the past, so when I didn't have a big budget and I wanted to test the waters, So that's a really great option. Also, another option is the card deck can be completely digital. There are so many card decks out there that are digital, so that can be another option. And there are so many other options, guys, that really sky's the limit. There's endless opportunities. You just have to think outside the box. Also, most importantly, just remember to have fun. When you have fun, even the challenges and everything that is become a bit like when you fall down, it can be kind of still fun, and it's not that bad if you think about that you're learning something and you're trying to have fun with it and play with it. So yeah, just remember to have fun. And that's it. This is a small presentation I did for you guys. And now we got two options. I want to show you a tutorial on how I make, for example, one of my most popular posts on Instagram are the reels where I share my affirmations as a screenshot. If you want, I can share you how I made those in Canva, or I can show you how to make the affirmation card deck on Canva with my template.
So from the sounds of it, we've got two options. Option one is that you'll show them how you create your popular reels that do really well and basically get your name out to more people. Or you'll go into Canva and you'll show us a little behind the scenes of like how you would format your cards in there. Do we want A or B, you guys? I know there are quite a few people here live, so we'll give you a second to reply. A or B, which would you prefer to watch and kind of learn from and get some ideas? And yeah. And then after that, if we have any questions, we'll definitely check those out. Oh, I want to check. Oh my gosh, I want to see these reels.
Yeah, while I wait for them.
Wow. That is so cool.
Something I forgot about to say in the presentation is that because many of them, they can wonder if the card deck is really for the clients, is really for their business. And for me, it's not that the card deck changed my life in the sense that it's my bestseller and I'm selling it every day and just amazing. It's also amazing to see my clients using the card deck and share. So it's an amazing way to create community. It's an amazing way to create like a deeper connection with your clients as well. So like these are like the clients from all around the world that are sharing my cards. Mm-hmm. So you might be already a wellness coach, and maybe you're already selling a journal or something like that. And I'm sure it's amazing as well as a product, and they can be super successful, but it's not as shareable maybe as an affirmation card deck. So look at that, guys.
It's very visual.
You're waking up in the morning and they're just having a coffee and sharing the card deck, and they're sharing your business, they're sharing your brand, they're sharing your message. So I believe this is a really good way also to create.
Listen, I might get out of the template game and go back into the publishing game because this is really exciting. I want to do this now. This is I listen. Forget about Biz Sister. I'm going over and making card decks because I think I'd really enjoy it. Anyways, it sounds like I love that. We've got Canva format, your card deck. I think we want a Canva tutorial, of course, because people love Canva tutorials. But what you were showing me, like those reels, dude, I need to hire you to make me reels for Biz Sister ads because they always do the best for ads. So I love that. Okay, go ahead.
Let me show you something that, okay. So this is one affirmation. It's an oracle kind of reel. So this is a bit more complicated, but there are also more
I
simple.
see. Did you create this in Canva too?
Yes, everything in Canva. Canva is my.
So you're using so not only do you create the cards in Canva, but you also create these flash. I've seen these before. They're like a flashing reel of a whole bunch of images that people can screenshot. They're like a digital, yeah.
Like even you guys now, you can just just screenshot, and then you're gonna go and see, and yeah, I'm loved. So that's my affirmation for today. For me, I did affirmation. For you, depends on your client. You can do your kind of can be like even a journaling prompts, can be anything. Depends on your brand and what you want to
Ooh, that's good.
popular, and I think they're really powerful because it's so easy to share. I have I've reels with 80,000 views just because of the ladies, and they are super easy to make as well. It's just having the right tools and the right resources, like.
That
Yeah,
is so cool and very clever. And I need to figure out like a way that I'm in my industry. It's not necessarily the same, but I like to think of like fitness professionals. It could be like exercise of the day or, you know,
yoga pose.
yoga
Yeah,
pose of the day. Even you could even have like breakfast for the day. I mean, you could really do a lot of things.
what's your really clients and your audience? You can really, as I said before, the sky is the limit. It's even more like
Yeah.
there are so many possibilities and opportunities. Just thinking about
That's
outside the box.
okay. Yeah, very cool.
So there are different on the course. I'm giving different kind of card deck templates. There is a mini card deck, medium card deck, or large card deck. Normally, the tarot card decks they're large or medium.
Okay.
So if I'm adding like a large one, then when you go for small one, there is it can be permission slips, affirmations, anything. The most common size is 70 by 120. My affirmation card is that size. So let's say you want to do 70 by 120. So if you go on my templates already made for you, there is like a little guide where you can put your name, the instructions, and then there is the front. These are not my illustration, guys. I just they're from Canva because my course there are in the two sections. There is a course without my illustrations and the course with my illustrations. So just to give you the option, the templates are just regular illustration from Canva that you can use if you want. Just be careful on the copyright, and if you can share them, how can you share them and things like that. The guides are all turned on, and most of the cards are full bleed. So I will suggest you to have always the guides turned on, so you're not gonna make the mistake to don't put the illustration all the way. Let's pretend, for example, that you want to use this kind of design. You just go on the drawing, on the illustrations. On the illustration bundle, there is 84 illustrations. Let's say you want to use a full illustration. You will just press upload media, and once the media is uploaded, you will just drag it. It's super easy, guys. Like, it's the easiest thing. I try to make this super easy because I imagine that you're busy and things like that, and you don't really want to wait to take all the time on making something that to invest all the time on making something like from scratch. So the card name, like, of course, these are just layouts. You can design them as you like. You can even put like delete all these designs and just start from zero. Basically, here you will put the name. The card name can be like an affirmation, or again a yoga pose. Could be really anything you like, depending on your business and what you want to share with your audience. This will be like a little description of the card, and here is illustration. Super simple. You can even do like a mix between my illustrations and Canva layouts, for example. The bags, for example, in my affirmation card deck, every bag is different from the front. But if you're gonna make a tarot card deck, their bags are always the same. This is why I added and normally they're just pattern designs like this, for example. So you could have these ones. If you want to make them with my illustration, you will go just to download again, patterns, upload, and just drag. Yeah, but if you're familiar with Amber's template, this Canva is so straightforward, guys. Like it's just putting things on top of the others. Normally, the card decks they're just layouts of multiple files. You can change the font to the font you like. You can change even the color. You can change the cards. It's really straightforward. When you go and when you finish to create your card deck, you can just share, download PNG, and the size. Of course, I will add it, put it to the top if you're downloading it, send it to open the company. Have you got any questions, guys? Because this is so easy. I don't know.
Yes, absolutely. We've got so many questions. We're like, I want to know everything. First of all, I love that little demo and being able to see on the inside. I've actually played with creating a card deck template. Obviously, mine would include no illustrations. It would essentially just be the size with, telling you to put text, whereas yours are so much more beautiful and just so well thought out. But anyways, when I was looking at it, there's a lot of things I don't know. So when you said if you do an oracle card deck, all of the backs would be the same, whereas if you do an affirmation card deck, then you can have different backs. I mean, journaling questions, because it's not like you don't need to not differentiate them when you're pulling a card when you're doing something like that, whereas in an oracle card deck, you'd want them all different so that you wouldn't know which cards you were pulling. Which there's so many layers to it that I don't know. I didn't know that there was multiple sizes. Some people were asking what the size of the Canva template was, which you showed there, which was really awesome. And can you show an example from your template for wings? Can you show an example from your template for wings?
That's a great question. Yes, my bundle is basically when I was creating my course, I asked a few questions to my audience, and many of them asked me to create fairies and angels, and I wanted to make everybody happy. So I thought, okay, what about if I create women? Because there are like 46 women, like just individual, you can see here, and there are wings and fairy wings and angels, and you can just do the components as you like. For example, let's start with the backgrounds. So you go to the illustration bundle. Of course, you can use even backgrounds from Canva, or you can have like a plain background. So this is just to give you an example.
So the ones that you include in your course, I know you have two different versions of your course. One includes illustrations, one doesn't include the illustrations. So these illustrations, you can't find them in Canva, and people have the right to create something that they resell with it. Is that how the license works?
Yes. So basically, these illustrations, they can use them for the card decks, and so they can be sold in their products, in their card deck. I wanted to make them like separated, like with background components like wings and women's all separated, because I wanted for them to create something unique to them, to what they wanted to share.
Yeah. So you can mix and match everything so that it ends up looking different.
Yes. So basically, this is a background, and then you can just add one of these illustrations. Let's say this one. It's just an example that I'm creating in the spot. I'm sure if you dedicate more time, you can make something better. But just to show you what I mean. So you have the background, you're the woman, and then you go and you take the wings. There are like different normal wings, fairy wings. Let's say you want to make this one. So you upload them, and then you just put it. Since everything is on layer, you just have to put this on the back of the woman. You can make them as big as you want or as small as you want. So you add it there, and you send backward. Here you created an angel. Of course, you can do the same thing, but with fairies. So you go to the wing again. If you want to be really organized, you can just upload everything and then create a folder, guys. You will not do like a back and forward. And again, you put it in the back. You can make it as big as you want. There are different colors as well. And this is just the beginning, guys. The collection illustration is it's gonna be bigger and bigger. You guys, the people that will start this course with me, you will be privileged in the sense that you can say, Daniela, thank you so much for the bundle, but what do you think about having this color of wing or that color of wing? So since my course is in the beta stage, because I just started, not really the course, but more like the bundle of these illustrations. I'm really open to suggestions, and I really want you to be happy with your card deck. So I'm open to suggestions. If you want a different kind of color for the wing, you can just eventually message me or email me. I will be there for
I
you.
don't think people understand the value of this. Okay, so there's a couple questions I want to answer, but they're kind of irrelevant compared to what's going on here. So you're an incredible artist. You've made these amazing designs. You have used them for your own card decks, and you've had some success selling card decks. And you're saying that you are willing to let other people create card decks using your designs and taking those components and elements and rearranging them in their way we want them to be. Also, you'll take requests on things that we, might be helpful in our own card deck. And you're letting us use these and sell them as our own card deck.
Yeah.
You guys, if you haven't, first of all, I would say share this with everyone you know, but part of me is very selfish and saying like, I'm going to hide you I'm going to be like, no, Daniela's my little like magical angel creature. I'm going to use her for all of my projects. That's it. Nobody else gets to use her. But on the other hand, I'm so incredibly impressed. I know a lot of people are concerned about using the Canva illustrations and artwork and the copyright issues. And the blanket thing is you can't copyright anything that Canva has made or bought. So anything that's a photo and a graphic, an image, you can't copyright it, but you can use it as long as you are using it according to their terms. So if it says you can use something for commercial use, you can use something for commercial use and reproduce a product from it, as long as you edit it in some way. Now, if you have your own artwork, then you could create your cards that way. You could find an artist and commission them to create this artwork. So I'm not even going to take a guess now what it would cost to commission an artist to give you a huge selection of things to use to create card decks, but it would be epic, and it would be outside of most people's price range. So you are the artist who have created this. You are giving people the rights to be able to utilize these pieces of art, which is so generous. I don't even think people understand it. You're all gonna have to lay in bed at night and be like, wow, that's so generous. I mean, I don't know that I'd do that, but so I want you to keep that in mind. And then secondly, someone did ask, do you include a guidebook for your card deck? Can we use these illustrations that we've used in our card deck on other things? So if you had a matching guidebook that went with the card deck, maybe somebody wants to have like a journal that went with it. Does it work the same way where we can use the illustrations on that?
I've been asked this question and so far, yes, guys, yes. Since this is the first time I make a course, and I really want to share my knowledge, my illustrations, and I want to, I feel generous. I feel like I want to give back. And I know how it's important when you have a product to have a connection with other products. Mm-hmm. So I say yes. I want to, if it's limited to card deck and journals, absolutely. If you want to make shirts, just ask me first.
Yes. Well, yeah. Basically, there's probably going to come a point where you're going to want to get put together a license for, say, like an extended license where people can do it on other things. But if you're just focusing on creating your card decks and creating your journals, I mean, that's what these are really specially suited to. And it seems like people are liking it. And I really like the interchangeability of it. It's like a template, but it doesn't necessarily have to end up looking identical. Like if you did the whole theme in maybe it was all gold and then you had the Little Women on it or whatever. Or if you don't want to use any of your illustrations, you can still take the course and learn how to create them. But in both regards, I think I would be so excited to use your illustrations to create a card deck. I think that's we're spoiled and I can't imagine this is going to be around forever. You're going to be like, okay, that's it, you guys. Nobody else can do this. This is a limited time option. And then you have the option of learning just how to create the card decks. So it's very, very generous, and you're so talented, and your artwork is so beautiful and meaningful. And I wish I had access to this back when I was creating anything for my yoga and meditation business, because I distinctly remember reaching out to artists to ask. I was like, hey, you do art? And usually they would be so successful that they didn't even reply back to me. But all I wanted was like little illustrations of women like doing something that I could use. And it was actually for a journal. So like on the beginning of each section of the journal. But I kind of like gave up on that idea, thinking like, oh, well, obviously that's not accessible to me. So love that you're doing this. Love that you're offering your artwork for other people to create their card decks for. There is one really popular question I get, and this is really going to depend on where you live. So everybody is asking, what is the print on demand publisher that you use? And you're welcome to share if you want. I suspect it's different because you're in Europe. So because you're in the UK, you probably have a different card deck publisher than you would if you were in North America.
Okay, my publisher, my printer is a local printer that I will share
Okay.
with you guys.
Okay.
It's not London, it's England, but they're amazing, and they always give me discounts because now like we know each other for a long time, and they told me that they will give you a discount as well. So if you're based in
Oh, that's
UK,
even
that's
better.
really part of the family.
Yeah, you'll be part of the family. That's a really great answer because I've often pointed people in the direction of a generic print on demand card publishing company, and you can find them by Googling. But you don't, because I don't have a true connection with them, I can't tell you about the quality of work, how, how that all that works. And always your best bet is going to be having a relationship with a printer that, is experienced in it, enjoys doing it. And like you said, you get discounts probably partly because you're ordering so many, but also because you've already got that relationship. No point going to find somebody else. And that's really fun. So you have a publisher, a local publisher that you use to print your cards, but you can get print on demand cards elsewhere. Like go to your local printer and find out. And then there are like the online mega brands that probably do it as well.
Yeah, I share all these resources in the course as well. There are so many options out there, guys. So
Yeah.
of course, there's
Yeah.
a really popular one that you may heard of, and it's make playing cards.
Make playing
So
cards. Okay.
that's really big for print on demand. So yeah,
Yeah. So make playing
there's
cards. I think it's makeplayingcards.com. I think there's one like print123 or something like that. But I never even expected that you would have a local printer. I often drive past our local publisher in town. Well, whatever. They print things. And I'm like, I should go in there and say, I've got all these people who want to print things. Just like, what will you do for me? What will you do for me? Because it's hard. It's
you
hard
know,
to know if somebody's
really
really good. Go ahead.
when I really, need the recent years, I'm being really. I want to help the planet. I want to make something that is really that there is. I'm not like polluting planet too much. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to use all like paper, like no plastic, for example. I'm
Yeah.
trying not to order from Asia. I know that it's gonna be much cheaper, but
You're merging the design, the artistry, but also like sustainability. So if you
yeah,
use one of these online like ship from China card companies, potentially if you were like an ethical brand, say, and it was wrapped in plastic, that might not necessarily be the best case scenario. And if you were to use a local printer, someone smaller, you could have more control over that kind of part of the process.
yeah, it's all about balancing. So of course, the card deck is gonna be slightly expensive, more expensive if you go for a local
Mm-hmm.
than if you go in Asia. But also, if you order in Asia, you have to have the budget to order 5,000 decks. So
Oh,
I'm sharing
wow.
the resources contact that I know in Hong
Mm-hmm.
Kong. She is amazing and she has really good reviews. So if you want to go to on the road, you can go. Like if you do a pre-sale and your cards go crazy, like everybody wants your card, and you have to order 5,000 cards, you're welcome to go.
Pre-sell the cards and then you can do the order. That I'm sure you talk about this inside your course, but I just like that didn't even cross my mind. I was like, okay, well maybe I'll sell one deck, but that's even smarter. Create the deck inside of Canva, start promoting it on social media, use reels to get it hype, then be like, oh, by the way, I'm putting together a card deck that you can order, pre-order them, have people pay you in advance, then you can get the publisher wherever to get them made in bulk, which is going to reduce your price rather than trying to order them one at a time and hope that you make enough. Boom.
Yeah.
How many cards do you have in your deck since Canva maxes out at 100 slides? I know that it's not 100 slides anymore. I don't know what it is. I think it's 200.
200. Okay, I thought it was 150. Now it's 200. Amazing.
I'm sure I
Really?
went over 150 today at some point. I think now, for anyone who's watching this who knows that Canva had a 100-page limit, I think it's 200 now. And how many cards are in a card deck generally?
54, like in my card deck is 54, but it can be even 75. Depends
Okay.
on if which one
So
card deck
you'd be
is.
under it. Yeah. Anyways.
If you're going to do like different packs, you could have a file of 54 times 2 that will be 108. Or you can just make two files, or all with the backs, all with the fronts. Or if you have only one back, it will be 54 plus 1. So it will be one back and all the fronts that will be different. So it depends on which kind of design you want to do.
Yeah. It is 200 now, someone replied. I have all these different ideas in my mind, and I think that if you got into this, you did a pre-sale, you sold some, well, first create them in Canva, learn how to do that. But if you pre-sold them, you sell one deck. You could always come up with like series of decks. So there could be like, you know, next year you can come up with like a seasonal deck or like you don't, if you have success or you're enjoying this process and your audience is enjoying this process, you don't have to stop with one deck, but you have to start the process. We have to start somewhere and make that first deck. And yeah, so tell us more about how we can learn from you, because I'm all about sharing like the best cat secrets on the internet. That's why I'm here in Biz Sister. I'm like, okay, who knows more about something than I do? Let me share that person with my people, because I know that the Biz Sisters out there want to create beautiful assets for their tribe, their community, and this is just right up their alley.
This is why I love so much your community, Amber. It's just amazing. Like my creation card deck course, I'm sure Amber will share all the links in the description of the course. For today, there is an amazing discount if you go and click the link. It's gonna last only 48 hours, guys. So if you are thinking about it, don't think too long, because in 48 hours, it's gonna be the full price. That definitely I think is worth it, because these are my illustration, guys, that you can use in journals, you can use in card deck. So before I change my mind, then I think
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh like that. I'm like, you guys, I'm not lying. Before she changes her mind and she was like, this was a mistake, I'm not going to let anybody use my stuff. I'm just going to use it for myself. Okay, I think I can share my screen without losing you. There. Okay, here it is. And beautiful teachable website. I mean, you've got a deal on for anybody who's watching this live or watching this video. If they want to go and join your card deck creation course, where you're going to teach them step by step how to create and publish your dream card deck. I know you've got two different options, so I will link them both in the comments below this video. So one includes the illustrations, so rights to use the illustrations, and then one is without, which would be just like how to use it, how to actually make it happen, which I think is so pretty.
From mindset, so just from your mindset, from your affirmations and manifestation, to print and promo, including the email sequence, so everything.
Wow. Okay. I think I messed something up just there. I was going everywhere, but yeah. Oh, I really like this idea. And so how long does it take? It doesn't seem like it takes too long, but you want to make sure that you're doing it. You want to make it right, so you don't get stuck along the way.
Of course, depends on how long, how much time you have, but it can take even 1 week or even 1 day, guys. Depends how much time you really have, because you have already all the illustrations, you have already all the templates. What do you want? Like, you have all the resources. It's all there, guys. If you have already an idea of what you want to share with your clients, like for example, you're a yoga teacher, you're like, okay, I want to share about yoga poses, or yoga affirmations. So it's all starting with, we'll start with the idea. Once you have an idea, it can take 1 day to create the files.
Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. Let me put these links in the comments. Okay. You can sign up here. Make sure that I don't miss that.
And just to give you an idea of like how amazing it is that you take only 1 day to do it. I took 2 or 3 months to create my affirmation card decks. And I was going crazy. I was like, I was designing them with InDesign, and I was using a designer because I was pregnant at the time. I didn't have the time to be behind InDesign with it. And I was like back and forth with this designer because I wasn't never happy, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and it's so stressful. So I took 3 months. You're gonna take only 1 day. So just to make you understand how amazing it is that you can take 1 or 2 days to do the design part. Once you decided what you want to sell, what's your topic, and which kind of card deck you want to cover.
It almost feels like this is what I would call like in a weekend type of thing. If you were really excited, you wouldn't be even a question. You just get in there, you start the course, you start looking at all the things you can create, and you just play with it. And a lot of people need that experience of playing to get it finished. If you take away from them like that kind of like fun time, they just don't do it. So if you can make it entertaining and enjoyable, And I would even probably, if you were going to sign up, I would probably post to social media like a teaser about a card deck coming, because you could start getting a wait list together for this like real quick.
Yes. And in the course,
Okay.
I share also how to create reels for Instagram. And yeah, you can just have a look in my Instagram page as well, and what I do to
Yeah.
promote my card deck. And yeah, there's some ideas there.
Cool. Okay, you guys. Well, there you have it. Everything that I wish I had already known about creating card decks inside of Canva. And you probably could go and do some of this on your own. I think what generally would happen to me is if I don't have like a step-by-step process, I'll probably get lost or distracted along the way. I might like make some kind of website, or I'm easily distractible. So what Daniela's done is she's put together a really simplified process, as well as extra bonus resources, so that you can do this in like a little bit more simplified way, a little bit less stressful. And I think what's really like, I'm guessing you can answer people's questions as well about what they're working on.
Open a Facebook group, and
Okay.
in the Facebook, I'm gonna be present all the time, so you can just ask me questions there. Or of course you can email me, but Facebook is better because we can just give feedback to each other. So even you can
Ooh, a Facebook group. That's exciting. Okay, so extra special bonus for you guys. I probably wouldn't wait. If you want to join, click the links below this video, and this replay is going to be available for people to probably join in the future. But I imagine that the illustration package might not exist later on. Just because for numbers, right? We can't have like everybody on the planet having it. You're basically getting a template for creating your cards, and you're also getting some actual resources to make it happen, like illustrations, affirmations, and feedback, support, community, and help along the way. Love it. Is there a link for your Instagram and your card deck? Oh, Rebecca, that's a good question. People want to follow you, so that's a great way to close out. How can we find you online if we want to follow your artwork and also your courses that you come up with?
And just type Noharanda. I know it's a fun name. It's it's Noharanda. But you can see it also in the description. And once you type it on Google, you will find me on
Thanks,
Instagram.
Celia. Lovely Celia. She just posted it in the group. She's so sweet.
You.
Thank you. I'm just gonna post the link. A couple people. I put the link in the comments and in the description of the video, so people should be able to find it. Okie dokie. Is there anything else that you want to let us know, or that I should have asked you that I haven't asked you yet?
Yeah, we talked about almost everything. I would love to talk to you forever, because you're such a nice person, and I would like to talk about illustrations and designing forever as well, because it's just my passion. But yeah, I think we have covered everything.
Yes.
If you guys have any questions, just type them in the comments. I will be online to reply your questions. And yeah, I will be here, guys, if you need any help. And thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to...
Thank you. Thank you for giving us hope and inspiration in a time that the world needs all of it. So very exciting, very inspiring. And the fact that you're sharing your intellectual property with us to be able to share and pass on, you're going to get, you're going to be showcased by many of us to more people, to a bigger audience. And your designs, your artwork is going to actually make a bigger impact, which makes me happy too. I feel like anyone who's watching now who's an artist, who's like, oh, I can't do this because I'm an artist. No. If you're like, take the course without the illustrations, and then you can learn how to do this with your artwork. Like, we don't have to withhold your brilliance from the world. Or a photographer. Oh, I can just feel all the potential.
It's true. We all are artists in a way, can be a photographer, can be even just a writer, can be like any sort of visuals, guys. There is again, the sky is the limit, honestly.
You need to make a lead magnet or something that's like 101 ways to create like a card deck, or different options for card decks, just to like get people's wheels turning. Because by the end of this, I now have a whole bunch of ideas. I'm like, start a whole new website. It's going to be for this type of person. It's going to have card decks like this. It'll have this like this. And before this call, honestly, I was skeptical. I thought I'm never going to be able to do it. But before this call, I did not think that it was as simple as you showed it to be. I knew I could find a publisher. I knew I could print them. I didn't know how many options I would have. But my biggest doubt was, Are people actually going to enjoy using them? Is it worth the effort? But what really showcased what was possible was the reels. You showcased the reels that people are sharing of your cards. Boom. It's so visual. I will tell you, and this is why digital products are huge for me. My businesses mainly grow because the things I make are visual. So people print it out, they can hold it, and they can show it. Workbooks, ebooks, people may or may not print, but I can tell you right now, if someone has a card deck and they can share it, they will share it. And the more people who see it, the more people are going to buy it. And if you can really like umbrella it under a really great brand and a really great like company, and you have everything just like aligned with the customer that you have, then we've got magic. We're making magic. All right, you guys.
Yeah, it's such a good feeling, like also to share something like that. It's like a feel good kind of experience. Like we are sharing love, we are sharing inspiration. It's a ripple effect. So it's just.
I got tingles. I have to leave and get groceries now, and I just want to sit here and just like start dreaming up my card deck. Oh, it's not good. It is not good. I'm like a fly. I'm over here. I'm over there. Maybe I'll call myself a butterfly. I'm like a butterfly. Every flower is a different opportunity, and I just want to find all of the flowers and chase them. All right, you guys, I'm going to cut off the live, but I really appreciate anyone who showed up here. And I'm going to make sure that I send out the replay as well. And like Daniela said, if you want to join the course, the best deal you're going to get is going to be within the next 24 hours. But after that, you'll probably have a chance to sign up. You might not get access to the illustrations, but you'll still be able to learn how to create card decks using Canvas designs or any other assets that you have yourself. So, ciao, my loves.
Bye, guys. Love you. Bye.